Time for a fat tested walkthrough of Knott's Berry Farms. Let's go. So after 30 theme parks, it has finally happened. First stop is Ghost Town over to the left. Disney would never. I'm here for it. We're going to try Calico River Rapids. Here's what the apps looks like. So it's not a traditional seat belt. It's one of those that just has to zip onto place with Velcro. What do I do? Y'all have an extender by any chance? Yep, we're a few inches off. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to get off, I guess. So after 30 theme parks, it has finally happened. I did not fit on a water ride. Literally, I've never had that happen before in all of the theme parks I've gone to. Water rides are always very accessible. And when they have a thing like that, they usually just have an extender if they need to. That's just another long piece of Velcro. I don't know why they don't have that here. For the first time ever, Calico River Rapids fails the fat test. On to the next one. Next up is Pony Express. Okay, so for this one, if you can see here, what happens is that has to come back up onto your back. So I think that's the only one similar to Pandora. See, here we go. Oh, it also has to go behind your legs. Okay, if it has to go behind your legs, that's going to be a challenge. We'll see how that works. The behind the legs is the thing that always gets me. Oh, oh, we might have actually be good to go, guys. A miracle might have happened. Well, that was a good redemption ride right after the Calico River Rapids failed. The Pony Express passes the fat test, and when they say express, they mean express because it is super, super short, but it was fun. It's that contraption, when it has to go behind the legs, I just assume is going to fail because it happens so often in other rides like that. But that one passed. It wasn't even that uncomfortable. I enjoyed it. There's a prospector. The only people in line are old ladies and me. All right, we've made our way into the Boardwalk area. So next up is going to be the bumper cars. Everybody's stuck. Massive pile up. So here is the cart vehicle. As you can see, it does have the straps, but nobody was wearing them in the last one, so I think that might be optional. And then you just have to pull this down as far as it'll go. Gas is on the right. All right, so this is where it is on me, just so you know. Here's the wheel. And then obviously I'm not going to film during the ride for this one. The deal is that it is, if you are a passenger, you have to put on those straps. Usually they have for like everybody, but here only for the passengers, which are the kids too small to ride on their own, to drive on their own. And yeah, that's it. I mean, beyond that, if as an adult, you just pull down that bar and you're good to go. It's a great ride, though very slow for bumper cars and very crowded. Next up is Knott's Berry Tales, Return to the Fair. This looks like it should be pretty easy. Oh, look at that. So this just comes back. We have our boysenberry. A little low, I'm worried about that. A little bit. Nope, no problem at all.
Hi, hello.
We've been stuck here for a little bit. Oh, there we go. It's in first place of both things, not just mine, because obviously I'm in first place in this one because I'm by myself. So that was a shooting game, and I'll say it actually had somewhat of a storyline. The idea is that you're shooting your boysenberry gun to try to stop the wolves from taking all the pies, I guess. Anyway, screen-based, so not my favorite kind of thing. I think there are definitely better versions of that, but you know, it passes the fat test and it's kind of classic and it definitely goes well with the theme. Ooh, look at all this. This looks fun. Look at all the kinetic energy going on back here. Yeah. All right, next up is going to be the Pacific Scrambler. It does have a weight limit of 510 pounds. So you'll be good by yourself and you can decide, you know, you guys can figure out how big you are. You should be good with another kid or non-plus size adult. So, traditional Scrambler ride. Plenty of length on the seatbelt in this one. You could probably get a small person with you. This just comes back. You can lay up on your stomach like this. You can put your arms up under it, however you like, typically, and you're good to go. So they actually are supposed to do the door close and lock and then unlock it themselves so they can do a seatbelt check, and I don't know about the unlocking, but it really does slow down the ride load and unload process, so just be prepared for that if you want to go on that one. But it passes the fat test. Gliders is one of my favorite rides. It's the flying scooter ride, but like most Cedar Fair, they set the limit at 340 pounds. I'm just above that, so it does not work out for me. I'm 350 currently. Next up is HangTime. This is one of those rides that goes straight up. HangTime, that's why they call it HangTime. And then it becomes a spaghetti coaster. Thankfully, this one does have a test seat. There's a big red light right there. Let's see if I can get up under my gut. Not really, but unfortunately, it did not change color. We're still red. Real quick, here's where it actually has to get to change color. To lock in place, right there. That's where we have to have it. Oh, look, there we go. HangTime fails the fat test. On to the next one. By the way, don't forget that there is a free guide, color-coded guide, available for this park right now. If you check below, I do them for all the parks I go to. You can check below and you'll get a free color-coded guide. There's a more in-depth guide if you want to buy it and also support the channel. But more importantly, if you want to support the channel, when you are planning your trip to a theme park, cruise, or all-inclusive resort, let me be your travel agent. GhostRider is up next. May not accommodate guests of a larger size. If you're 44 inches, you can ride with an adult, 54 inches to ride alone. So the seats are 2 across. And I did notice that the bar has to come down around your legs. If you see how those seats are with the bars in the bottom, yeah, that's going to be very difficult. That's a tough design. That's where it comes down on me. Okay, it did lock. Let's find out. Okay, we actually got pretty close, but we were 2 clicks away. I was not going to have them push down and be that uncomfortable on a ride that's already uncomfortable. There are parts of my body that would not have appreciated that. So it did not pass the fat test, but for most of you, you'll be fine. It might not be comfortable, but you'll be okay. Next up is Wipeout. You have to be 48 inches tall to ride, and it's a $384 per car ride. So if you see there, this vehicle has a bar that has to come and lay flat, which is usually a challenge.
And keep your arms and legs inside the ride at all times. Thank you.
Yeah.
And enjoy your ride.
Thanks, guys. And the seatbelt as well. Some of those guys recognized me and said, hey. The odd numbers will go forward. The even numbers will go backwards. All right, we're going to try number 1.
Another reminder, all those articles such as backpacks.
Oh, it's 2 seat belts.
Must go to the side of the...
So, unfortunately, we're a good ways off. We're a good ways off on the seat belt fitting. That's as far as it comes over. So that's going to be a no. So yeah, I kind of expected that. The seatbelt was way too short on it. I actually thought we'd get the seatbelt done if it was a one piece, but since it's 2 separate ones, unfortunately that was definitely a no. But so it does not pass the fat test. On to the next one. Okay, next up is Accelerator. And we do have a test seat. All right. Let's see how this goes. You survived. We'll try that again. Okay. Ooh, y'all see this? Y'all see this? All right. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I know you're shocked. Yeah, that's where it has to get to. Next up is Supreme Scream, which is a drop tower. But drop towers do not pass the fat test, unfortunately. So we're gonna move on. But we'll watch them scream. Now it's time to head into Fiesta Village, but for some reason, it's blocked off. The train must be coming. I didn't know there was a train, but there's always a train, so I should have known there's a train. There it is. The Rio Grande Southern. Oh, this is nice. Los Veladores. Los Veladores is the swing ride, and it has a 230-pound weight limit. So that's a no-go for me. I love the artistry in this area. It's very cool. Next up is Hat Dance, and it has a maximum weight per unit of 550 pounds, 36 inches tall to ride, 42 inches to ride alone. This is a really cute design. I don't know, I'm guessing it's a teacup style ride. Let's find out. Yeah, that's what I thought. A little spinning style ride. Let's go with this one. All right, like I said, oh, guys, don't leave your trash. Don't leave your trash, folks. All right, can I get through the door? Ugh, a little tight. But thankfully, no belt. Again, rubs my stomach a little bit. But no belt, no restrictions, we're good to go. Now, I don't actually spin when I'm in these things. I just enjoy the ride. You guys can spin all you want. Dragon Swing is next. You have to be, if you're less than 48 inches, you have to ride with an adult. If you're 48 inches, you can ride alone. 680 pounds per row. All right, we're gonna do row number 4. A little tight. I don't know if this has to come down flat. Let's see. There's a possibility we could have pushed it down, but it was already kind of uncomfortable just with me pushing it a little bit. So I unfortunately am going to just pass on that one, and it does not pass the fat test, at least not for me. Most of you guys will probably be fine. All right, I'm back for day 2 here at Knott's Berry Farm to finish off our fat tested walkthrough. And man, it's a Monday and it's so much better. This was wall-to-wall people yesterday. All right, we're gonna try GhostRider again. It is up now. That's what it looks like. So it's 2 individual lap bars with a seat belt with a divider in the middle of the seat. I didn't even try to get into the seat. I was trying to get buckled up first, and I could buckle it around my legs, but it was too tight to slide down into. So the buckle was not long enough for that, and so I didn't even try the rest of it. But I can tell you from the look of those bars, they were not coming down enough either. So unfortunately, GhostRider fails the fat test. On to the next one. I have no Even bothered trying to come yesterday. Today is so much nicer. If you all possible, only come during the week. It's so different. I feel like I can actually breathe and enjoy the park. I don't know if they're rebuilding it or what, but this looks like where they used to have their stagecoach ride. It's still listed on the app for the ride, but I don't think it exists any longer. At least not for now. It was called Butterfield Stagecoach. One thing it was too busy to really do yesterday is all of these buildings here in Ghost Town are different. You know, this one's the Justice of the Peace, there's a post office, etc. I don't think I'm gonna have a ton of time to really explore them on this trip because I've got to get to all of the rides, but I do hope to come back because this looks like a lot of fun. The medicine show, that's great. All right, let's take the railroad. Well, that's good timing. I will say they love these things. I don't know why, but they have them everywhere and they are tight. Wells Fargo wagons is coming down the street. All right, here we have the people with the first class tickets. Then we head on back to second class. But that's not where we're going. Oh, we want to be back here in steerage. That's where we want to be. There's also those fancy people in the caboose. Apparently in 1952.
Cowboys and sailors dreams of fortune and of the pioneer spirit of
Going up underneath Pony Express and by the graveyard.
Folks, here's a robbery, my friends. Gold, silver, diamond chains, candy. I'll take whatever I can get.
Like that shirt. I mean, it's still Disney, but
Yeah, you know.
man,
Not original. I mean, like, they bought it, so they can't really help that.
bingo.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all got any money?
They already took it all.
Who? Disney?
No, yeah.
Be honest.
They did too, yeah. They took all of it too.
A 70-year black belt? Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, I can probably outrun him before he hits me. Alright.
Actually, I was robbed in Vegas last week of my wallet, so, you know, twice in 1 week. At least these guys were nice enough to show their face. That's the log flume ride. We'll have to make it over there in a minute. That was fast. It's over.
Until we hear a loud train.
Well, that was fun, and clearly it passes the fat test. Next up, the Calico Mine Company ride. If you're less than 6 inches tall, you need an adult to ride. Looks like they're just little train cars. That'll close and that'll come down.
Well, look at this, folks. These bubbling, boiling pots sure may look pretty, but many a poor miner's gone and dug his pick right down into old Mother Earth, only to have a blast of steaming hot mud erupt in his face. It ain't exactly the kind of warm welcome you want. That's the world-famous Calico Mine glory hole, the site of one of the richest gold strikes in all of recorded history.
Now y'all can't be too careful in this here mine, folks. Remember, one stray spark and we'll all get blasted.
Now we're getting to the 3,000-foot level in our square-set timber workshop. This type of modern technology they call it the first mining pot. Let's all think light thoughts up on this here trestle bridge. Keep your hands and arms inside the cars now. Ain't falling off this mountain since 1880.
That was super cute. That was a fun little family ride. Really enjoyed that. They really built that thing out. It was a pretty big ride. By the way, have you looked in the description or comments and grabbed the guide yet? Don't forget to do that. All right, next up, log ride.
Especially during drops. Hold on to the handrails and keep your feet on the cleats. Remain seated, throwing back against the backrest. Keep your hands and arms inside the log at all times.
Oh, Calico Logging Company, Calico Cats. They should have been Calico. I think they're just black cats, but they should have been Calico Cats. So they actually have this one over here that's got much bigger seats that I could have done. I didn't know, but I was already in the other one. So apparently this was the very first themed log ride ever, and this was great. There's a lot of animatronics. There's a Halloween layover right now, which I really enjoyed. I'd love to see what it looks like normally, but they had a custom song. It was really fun. That's a great log flume ride. The first one ever was Six Flags Over Texas, so this is this is the first themed one. Right, I'm gonna play one game. We're gonna see how I do. It was $5 for 15. If you get it in a clear, you get one of the small ones. If you get it in a blue one, you get one of the largest. And the jumbos are some of these others here. I don't know if this is possible.
It takes a lot of patience.
All right, last one. Nothing. Womp womp. Oh well. This one has Pokemon. Next up is Revolution.
Remember guys, the louder you yell, the higher this thing goes. If you wanted to do a 360, you gotta
May not accommodate guests of a larger size, 48 inches tall to ride. Let's see, I probably am not fitting on this thing, so we'll... Okay, it's got a pretty high lip.
If you can put your caution sportsman.
Can I see if I fit in first? Because I'm probably not. I know this ride pretty well. All right. Am I gonna fit? Nope, I didn't think so. You're good, man. I appreciate you helping try. All right, I was able to get up into the seat, but obviously they couldn't pull it all the way down enough, so it does not pass the fat test. Next up is Jaguar. 38 inches tall to ride, may not accommodate guests of a larger size. Fun queue, I like it. Creepy. Thank you, I didn't realize it was open. Okay, nobody else is fitting in here with me, but my seatbelt is plenty long enough. Here's where the bars came down. For comfort, I do recommend crossing your legs for this one, just because it's pretty tight. That was a great ride. Soul Spin. You have to be at least 54 inches tall and less than 76 inches tall. May not accommodate guests of a larger size. All right, she recommended trying the one on the closest to the end. I will say it's at least easy to get into. So this is going to have to come down and connect there. Okay. Don't press down too much, but yeah. Okay.
It has to click.
Nope, not clicking.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. But it looks like it's actually far enough to click in. It's just not far enough to click on the seat, right?
Right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to.
Yep, no problem. That's kind of what we expected. So surprisingly, the seatbelt actually is long enough, but it also has to click into place, and it was not coming down. It sounds like it was close. They wanted to push it more. I was going to get uncomfortable if they did that. So I chose not to do that. But if you want to try it, you know, you've probably got a good chance. It's actually a lot more accommodating than I expected. Carousel de California, 46 inches tall to ride alone, less than 46 inches, ride with an adult. We have a bunch of different animals. All the ones on the outside do not go up and down. The ones on the inside do go up and down. Uh-oh, I do see belts on all of them, and there's even belts on the stationary ones. That's frustrating. Let's see what happens. Also, don't try to get on that cat. You'll never get over that tail. So, on the outside, everybody has to buckle up. But on the inside, the ones that actually go up and down, adults do not have to buckle up, which is great. So, let's see. What shall we do? You know what? I'm going to go for this one because it's low to the ground. At least for now. Actually, you know what? Let's try the bear. We made it! Unfortunately, I don't see a band organ. That's sad. Hey, fellow bear. I like to choose the ones that have a decent sized seat, but then don't have too much else so I can just whip my leg over. Carousel de California passes the fat test. The Legend of the Silver Bullet. Pause if you want to read. Next up is the Silver Bullet. 54 inches tall to ride, may not accommodate guests of a larger size. So you can't take a bag up, so there are cubbies over here. And here's the test seat. Yeah, I can't really get in this seat. Alright, so you can see here, this is about as far down and close as I can get it. So unfortunately, that's not going to do it. Silver Bullet fails the fat test. On to the next one. So we're now going back through Camp Snoopy, which is the section of the park that's all the kids' rides. Now, many adults can ride most of these with their kids. For instance, you can ride Camp Snoopy's Off-Road Rally. These are, I have tested most of these, and this one kills my knees in that back seat. So I would highly recommend against it. Also, there's a 440-pound weight limit on it for the ride vehicle. So I can do it, but I don't recommend it. This is Sally's Swings, and no, it is definitely not for plus-size adults. Pigpen's Mud Buggies. You can do this one. As you can see, we have another plus-size gentleman, but I would recommend that be careful again. It's going to hurt your knees. Most of you will be perfectly fine in this little boat, but it does have to come all the way down, so it can be a little tight. Now here I thought this was going to be called Woodstock Express. That's what it's called everywhere else, but it's called Snoopy's Tender Paw Twister. And I was going to test it, but as you can see here, weight limit of 300 pounds per unit. So that's going to be a no for me. Let's go ahead and try Snoopy's River Rapid Run just to make sure. Rapid River Run, excuse me. I noticed they don't have the plus size, that may not accommodate plus size riders. You have to be 42 inches tall to ride alone. All right, I'm going to be in row 3. Let's see how far it has to come down.
I'm going to need to push it till you hear it click.
Okay. No.
Is that going to be too...
I don't think it's going to work. It's okay. So yep, for me it would not click. Probably if I'd have stood up, put it up under my gut, I could have forced it to click. That's what I've done in the past, but I don't want to be that uncomfortable today. Charlie Brown's Kite Flyers does not have a specific weight limit, may not accommodate guests of a larger size, but I have tried this one and it does not accommodate. I love the themed games. Huff and Puff Hill Climber. And here's the prizes. And over here they have Woodstock's Bird Bath. essentially you're paying for the size of prize you want. Now this usually has a weight limit. I'm surprised it doesn't. May not accommodate guests of a larger size, but it definitely does not pass the fat test. I know this ride. Next up is Balloon Race. Let's go with Charlie Brown Yellow. You have to step into it. So you take your belt, and then it has to go right there. And as you can see, hopefully you can see, mine does work. It's on the last loop there. So that's one of those rides that goes around, but it also goes, you know, those things. And every time it would come all the way back to the lowest point, we kind of dragged the ground. A little worried about that. Here's another one. This one's actually truly a kid's ride. You have to be between 32 inches and 54 inches tall to ride this one. So parents are not riding this one with their kids. And our last little kid ride in Camp Snoopy is the Beagle Express Railroad. You have to be 46 inches tall to ride without an adult, and maximum weight per bench is 570. As you can see, it's just bench seats. Just don't bust your head. I will say, as my leg hit this part right here, this is needlessly pointy.
Looks like Snoopy has caught its limit. Hey, Charlie Brown, what did you get?
I got a rock.
He caught a rock. I think Snoopy's doing a lot better.
Looks like they're holding the big stack.
Go Team Charlie Brown.
Need a merit badge. Hey, I don't need any help. I'm fine. Nothing to see here. Yeah? To the Jammin' Jamboree Beach.
The Beagle Scouts won for Team Charlie Brown.
Scoutmaster Snoopy and the Beagles. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And now,
the Beagle Express passes the fat test. On to the next one. And next up is Sierra Sidewinder. Before I do that, we have a friend out. Hey, hello there. You know, you look awful lot like Snoopy. Do you know him? You do? Oh, okay. Okay, now it's time for Sidewinder. 42 inches with an adult, 48 inches to ride alone. Okay, there's 2 individual seats, individual seat belts, and 2 individual seat bars. Let's see how this goes. Actually pretty hopeful for that one, but the seat belt was way too short, so unfortunately it did not pass the fat test. On to the next one. Before we go on to the next thing, I do want to remind you, I do have a free guide down below. It's color-coded, or you can buy the more all-inclusive guide if you'd like, but there's a free color-coded ride of every single ride here. Make sure to check that out in the link below. And if you are wanting to plan your trip to any theme park or cruise or all-inclusive resort, I would love to be your travel agent and help you do that, and especially to help you travel with confidence. I like this rock formation. By the way, if you drove, you may end up parking across the street and have to go under the street to get here. That is it for me in this very bright sun. I hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough of Knott's Berry Farm and all around it. Please make sure to give me a like and a follow. I'll have many more videos from California and all across the United States. One more reminder, make sure you get your free guide, and if you would like, I would love to be your travel agent. Information is below. By the way, Cedar Fair or Six Flags just extended their partnership with the Peanuts, and so they will have them at least until 2030. So come in the next 5 years.